NBA fans are still processing the ridiculous Damian Lillard trade that went down between the Portland Trailblazers and Milwaukee Bucks. We'll have to wait until the games begin to see what this actually means for the NBA landscape, but early returns are that it'll have major implications. However, a major piece of this blockbuster deal that people seem to be forgetting about is what happens with Jrue Holiday. Holiday was traded to Portland as the other major piece of this deal, but Portland is rebuilding, and they're already looking to ship the two-time All-Star to a contending team. And not only are the Golden State Warriors a perfect fit for Jrue Holiday, I think they actually have the best pieces available to make a deal happen. How's it going, guys? My name is Troy, and this is the Half Court Report. Please do me a favor, click that thumbs up button to help more people find this video, and click subscribe too so you never miss an NBA video. I'm posting several times a week about anything and everything basketball. So you may hear me say Jrue Holiday to the Warriors and think, the guy recording this video may be incredibly handsome, but he has no idea what he's talking about. Well, I admit, it sounds crazy at first, but did anyone see the Chris Paul trade to the Warriors happening earlier this summer? And I'll break down what a potential Jrue Holiday trade would look like in a minute, but guys, the thing is, the Chris Paul fit on this Warriors team still has lots of questions. CP3 thrives in more pick-and-roll settings, but the Warriors are one of the teams who run the fewest pick-and-rolls in the league. Plus, there is already controversy over whether Chris Paul will start instead of Klay Thompson, or is he going to come off the bench. Chris Paul seems to think he's going to start, and with the Warriors wanting to have as drama-free of a season as possible, frankly, it's off to a bad start before the games even begin. But all that's secondary. The main reason to trade for Jrue Holiday is simple: age and championships. Holiday is 5 years younger than Chris Paul, and he has career averages of 16.4 points, 4 rebounds, and about 6.5 assists per game. If the Warriors are able to pull this deal off, there is good reason to believe their chances of winning another championship increase in a big way. You could even pencil them in as the favorites as far as I'm concerned. And while Chris Paul needs certain types of players around him to be his best, Holiday has proven that he can thrive offensively both on the ball and off the ball. He can play the role of facilitator while Steph Curry and Klay Thompson work around the court to find open looks. Holiday is also capable of creating and calling his own number when needed. And if he's playing off the ball, he can let Steph or Draymond handle the playmaking responsibilities. Holiday's three-point shooting is also very respectable. The bottom line is that Holiday is a more versatile option than Chris Paul when it comes to the offensive end of the floor. But the biggest asset Holiday would bring to the Warriors is his defense. He would be a major upgrade over Chris Paul in that area, and he would give the Warriors more size on the perimeter. He's one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA. Look at this resume: 3-time NBA All-Defensive First-Team selections and 2 All-Defense Second-Team selections. He can lock down quick perimeter guards and switch onto bigger front-court players too. That would make him a massive help as a backcourt partner for Stephen Curry. He'd also be the perfect complement to Draymond Green and Andrew Wiggins. The three of them would be a formidable defensive trio that would be a nightmare matchup for opposing teams. So it's clear that Holiday's fit with the Dubs is much better than Paul's, and he lines up better with what the Warriors are trying to accomplish, extending the dynasty. So that leads me to the next part of this video. What would a deal look like to get Jrue Holiday in the Bay? So he's set to make over $36 million this season, and that means any deal needs to come close to matching that salary. So I think Chris Paul, Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski, and 2 first-round picks would get it done. The Trailblazers have said that they want young players and picks for their rebuild in any Holiday deal, and that's what we have here. Jonathan Kuminga was a lottery pick 2 years ago, and Brandon Podziemski is a knockdown shooter with a high basketball IQ. He was picked in the first round of this past draft. The real question is, are the Warriors willing to trade Jonathan Kuminga? He's showcased potential to become a legitimate two-way force in the NBA. His upside may be too much to give up on, but how long are the Warriors willing to wait for this theoretical upside? He's an amazing athlete, but what else does he bring to a team right now that's competing for a title? And we've seen this before. The Warriors don't have time to develop players like Kuminga during the season at the expense of losing games. So I think they should do it. This proposed trade would give the Warriors a 9-man rotation of Curry, Holiday, Wiggins, Green, and Looney as your starters. Then coming off the bench, you would have the defense of Gary Payton II. Klay Thompson would be the favorite to win the 6th Man of the Year award, and you could still have him in there at the end of games when you move Draymond to center. Then you've also got Moses Moody and Dario Saric helping to shore up the bench. And this isn't just a trade to make the Warriors better. The Trailblazers can reroute Paul to another team for more assets, all while getting younger players with potential. Check out this new Trailblazers lineup. You would have Scoot Henderson starting at the point guard. Anthony Simons helps him out in the backcourt. Jeremy Grant is your 3. Jonathan Kuminga starts at the 4. And newly acquired DeAndre Ayton is your starting center. Off the bench, you'd have Pajemski, Shaedon Sharpe, who looks like he could be a star in this league, Matisse Thybulle for defense, and rookie Chris Murray would get some run too. I love Kuminga and Henderson starting for the Trailblazers. They would be one of the most athletic duos in the NBA. Such an exciting young tandem. This would make Portland a team you want to watch on League Pass every night. Now, I don't have Chris Paul on this roster because I think they would trade him again, and they'd get even more assets back once he is traded. I see the Knicks, Heat, Sixers, or Celtics all having a level of interest in Chris Paul. And this would accelerate Portland's rebuild to get the Blazers back in playoff contention as early as next year. Guys, I know this is a lot to digest, but take a second to think it over and then tell me in the comments your thoughts. Since you've watched this far, be sure to drop a like for the YouTube algorithm. Click that subscribe button too so you never miss another Warriors video. And speaking of recent moves the Warriors have made, the Dubs have officially signed Usman Garuba to a 2-way contract. Now, you'll remember Garuba was a first-round pick just 2 years ago, and this dude is nice. I think he's one of the top 2-way players in the league, and it would not surprise me if he's actually on the main roster by the time the playoffs roll around. He has that combination of defense and intensity that reminds me of a young Draymond Green. I did a whole video on him, so check that out and let me know what you think. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time on the Half Court Report.